Hi everyone, welcome to Honey Drops Tarot. This is a general reading for the sign of Scorpio, Sun, Moon, Rising, or Venus. Scorpio, thank you so much for being here. Thank you for all of your likes, shares, and subscribes. I truly appreciate it. Just a quick note, please do not fall for any scammers. I will never reach out to solicit for a private reading. I do offer private readings, and if you're interested in signing up for one of those or in making a donation, the information regarding that can be found in the About section of my YouTube page, and I thank you so much in advance. Scorpio, I hope that you're doing well. I'm going to be using two cards for your reading today. The first for the overall energy from the Heart Path Oracle cards, and for your tarot reading, a brand new deck to me, the Urban Tarot. So cards have been pre-shuffled. This is for Scorpio. Thank you. Sun, Moon, Rising, or Venus. This is beautiful. Acknowledging your uniqueness. Embrace what makes you different. Acknowledging your uniqueness. Embrace what makes you different. So I gotta tell you, just as I said that, there were 5 men across the street, all older. I would say all over the age of 55, and they were all jogging, like they were in like a jogging group. So that might be relevant to you. Spirit kind of caught my attention with that. So you might be older and kind of looking to make new friends or join a group of some kind, and maybe your niche interests might be just the key to finding that community. You know, maybe you like basket weaving and you find a community of people that like to do that too. So I'm seeing kind of what I interpret as, I don't think it's a platypus, but Spirit wants me to say platypus. It could be like an anteater or a rhino. I have no idea what this animal is. I want to say platypus. And these two birds up here, they look like mallards. It's really weird. So the guy running, there's another guy running. Literally, this older dude running had a trumpet in his hand. This is bizarre. So there's a festival that's happening in my town in about an hour or so's time. It's like a jazz festival. But why this guy has a trumpet, because it's not like he's running, it's not like he's in the band. Now it's just this whole string of rather geriatric gentlemen walking down the street. I would turn the camera around, but it's just too much trouble. Like literally a whole gaggle of them kind of walking down the street, maybe to go to the jazz festival or something. I don't even know. This is very strange. Your reading has very strange energy to it, but I don't know. Maybe you're an older gentleman, like kind of involved in some kind of group or something. I'm not sure. What I was gonna say was that these look like mallards or ducks of some kind, and then that guy blew on his trumpet and it kind of made that sound like a duck when a duck kind of squawks. Very strange. But that's the uniqueness, right? From one moment to the next, it's like life can be very unpredictable. I see this flower in the middle, this kind of loosely shaped heart. It's almost like a dandelion that is on the verge of really opening and taking shape. There's a little tiny bee as well, kind of ready to engage with it. So for me, this card talks about an emergence of relishing, accepting, highlighting the parts of you that might have been dormant for a long time. The unique parts of you, maybe the strange and wonderful parts of you that have been quiet or quieted by others, that you're now starting to bloom and starting to blossom and allowing to come to the surface. So I'm going to pull 3 cards for the base spread, 3 cards for clarifier, past, present, and future. And I may pull some cards for advice from Spirit at the end. We'll see. Okay. So 6 cards on the table. This is a very new deck for me. This is only the 3rd reading I've done with this deck. So I am learning the deck just as you are. The first card that we have here is the Empress in the reverse, in the past energy. Empress is my favorite card in any deck. Because she represents the power of all 4 queens. She's the ultimate divine feminine. And she's very loving, very giving, very beautiful. Connected to fertility, connected to Mother Earth, Mother Gaia energy. We can see here she's represented with mother energy, her little baby. And it's wonderful, this kind of crown of stars that is also represented around her head, which is common in depictions of her, especially in the Rider-Waite Tarot, the original tarot, the original modern tarot. But you got this card in the reverse, and that kind of shows me that in the past energy, Scorpio, you were not feeling as empowered as you would have liked, or that you know you're capable of being. The thing about the Empress card in reverse is that I'm feeling there's just like a lot of inner child wounding coming to the surface. The Spirit is saying that when you're in reverse Empress energy, it's like all of your childhood wounding kind of rear their ugly heads in adult life, in adult scenarios. It might not look like childish behavior, but your internal response to something might be stuck in a moment of childhood. There's something about age. There's more men walking by. They are certain, I would even say they're older than 60, 65. Like, I would go so far as to say on the younger side of geriatric. There's something having to do with age. It's very, very relevant right now in your reading. Maybe you feel like you're older than you are. You feel like an old soul. It's hard to feel like an old soul and then feel like a little kid at the same time. That's why there's tension. It's like those two energies pull at one another. Like, you may be a tremendously capable, amazing human, right? Like, you're successful and you have lots of friends and this, that, and the other thing. But when it comes to interpersonal dynamics or certain situations that trigger you, you could feel like a child. You could feel disempowered. You could feel like you have no voice. It's clarified by the 2 of Swords in the reverse, and the word is peace. It's interesting that the word would be peace for a 2 of Swords card, because 2 of Swords can typically talk about turning a blind eye to something, or just being in the dark as to your own positioning on what it is that you think. The Swords is all about air energy. It's all about the thinking mind. So in the tarot, the 2 of Swords is usually represented by 2 crossed swords, and the person holding the swords is blindfolded. And there's a lot of water action happening, a lot of emotions. And it can cause some stagnancy. This card would suggest that sometimes we have to stand still to be able to think clearly, to be able to see clearly. But you got this card in reverse, so it's suggesting that there's this lack of peace, this lack of resolution about something from your past. This is past energy. Can I get a clarifier on the Two of Swords in reverse and the Empress in reverse? Thank you. Number 4, Four of Pentacles, and the word is power. Peace and power. Those two words don't usually go together. Four of Pentacles can talk about holding on very tightly to things, being very almost stingy or protective of our assets, of our time, our resources. These remind me of billboards in Times Square, broadcasting. It's almost like, oh, okay. Oh, Spirit's giving me a very specific message. It's like the more tightly we hold on to something like our feelings, for example. It's like we don't want people to see, but in trying to suppress it, it actually is broadcast even more. So it's like the more you try to suppress your uniqueness, in a way the opposite occurs, and your uniqueness or strangeness or wonderful weirdness kind of comes out even more. So I'm thinking of, I just got back from a trip. I went to Austin, Texas on a trip. I was there for a cousin's wedding. I've been to Texas once, but like very, very, very long time ago, and it was just passing through. So I had opinions about what Texas was going to be like. The rumors about it being hot in Texas are absolutely true. It was very hot. But Austin is an amazing town. It's full of life, full of art, full of activity. Really nice people. But the slogan, I guess, in Austin is like, keep it weird, Austin, or keeping it weird. Something about the word weird, and that Austin is somehow weird, because in comparison to the rest of Texas, which is, you know, very conservative or whatever, they think Austin is weird because it's quirky, because it's young, because the people that are in Austin might tend to be more, I don't know, progressive or liberal, whatever. It's not about a question of politics. It's more about the vibe of the town, that they embraced their weirdness. Keep it weird. And there's something, Spirit wants me to kind of bring that up for you, that the more that you try to fit in, the more you're going to stand out. And so something might have been happening here, but see how this is kind of broadcast in the darkness, is very obvious. It's almost like you didn't want this to happen. This kind of threw you off. You don't want, there's a part of you that doesn't want to stick out. You don't want to be weird. You don't want to be unique. You don't want, this is, you know, if it resonates with you, it resonates. But, and if it doesn't, it doesn't. But this is what I'm feeling. I feel like I don't want to stick out. I don't want people to know what's going on under the surface. It's too close. It's too vulnerable. But it's also like frustrating. You know, it's like you're suppressing, the Spirit just said you're suppressing your greatness. Scorpio. In the present energy, Prince of Cups or Knight of Cups. And it's being represented here by the filmmaker. The filmmaker. So this is kind of incredible, because it's like framing, right? It's all about framing. The filmmaker is looking at the viewer with the framing, and we are also creating framing. It's almost like nothing can happen without collaboration. That's films would not be films if we, the audience, did not participate in the experience of it. And that is really coming to the surface right now, that it takes both of us to work together to create something really beautiful. Something in our mind's eye, in our imagination, in our hopes, in our dreams. Prince of Cups or Knight of Cups talks about someone bringing in a beautiful message of love or friendship. Messenger of love or friendship, emotions, compassion. Something speaking to the heart space. This definitely talks about creativity, the creation of art, of experience. It's clarified here by the Ace of Cups in the reverse. So it's almost like, this reminds me of that very famous fountain. I think that it is supposed to represent that very famous fountain in New York City, because I recognize this like skyline. These are two specific apartment buildings. This is a specific apartment building in New York. So you could be from New York or be going to New York, have experience in New York. The Ace of Cups brings new from spirit, new opportunity for expansion in the realm of love, in the realm of friendship and connection. But aces are all about potential. They're possibility, but it doesn't do anything unless you engage with it. You have to engage with spirit. You have to be able to be in the position to take this cup and say, thank you, Spirit. I'm going to take this message of love and opportunity and I'm going to run with it. But the card in reverse, it kind of tells me that you're hesitant. You see, it's like, okay, Spirit just says, you see your own potential, but you're hesitant to act on it. Like, you're like, the person that I'm reading for is afraid of their own power. And that's not easy. And I hope that you're not, it's not a blame the messenger type of situation. It could be. If this doesn't resonate, then, it doesn't resonate. But the person that I'm speaking to right now they're so creative, but afraid to express. Like even this flower here in your oracle card, it's not fully bloomed. It's shy. There's a shyness. These butterflies kind of framing this picture. Isn't it interesting? The framing, they're almost the same size. Look at that. It's kind of like Spirit saying, I see the potential. You see the potential. And it's more just about allowing it to rise, come to the surface, come to fruition, come to fullest expression of itself. Can I get a clarifier on the Ace of Cups in the reverse? What's the holdup? What's the hesitation? The Lover's card in the reverse. Gemini energy, number 6 in the Major Arcana. The Lover's card in reverse. I think it just speaks to me as like a fear of opening up and being vulnerable with others. Maybe you've tried to do that and you've been hurt, right? We've all been hurt in love or hurt in friendship, betrayed. It's just, like wanting to give people the benefit of the doubt, and then you do, and they just kind of disappoint you. And how do we recover from that without being jaded or cynical? And this is kind of your present energy right now. You're just kind of encountering a lot of people that try to squelch your unique voice and your unique presence. And, you know, to that I would say, don't let them tarnish your vision. There's so much still for you to accomplish, to do, to feel, to experience. It would be a shame to let somebody else's opinion, and it's just that, it's just their opinion of you, sully the greatness that wants to emerge. In the future potential, Four of Swords, completion. Four of Swords can talk about rest and recuperation after disappointment. Excuse me, this is not the Four of Swords. This is the Four of Wands. Excuse me, because I was like, wait a minute, this isn't right. Sorry, I'm still learning this deck. This is the Four of Wands. The Four of Wands talks about celebration and a stable foundation. It's the 1111 card. Because I saw these people kind of coming together at the bottom here, and I was like, that doesn't seem like a restful state. Four of Wands. In the future, it's like you're building towards a firm foundation for yourself. These kind of papers up in the air here, it's like you're tossing all of these old constrictions to the wind. It's clarified by the Knight of Swords in the reverse, which is the King of Swords. The knights in this deck are actually kings. I don't know why they labeled it like that, but the King of Swords in the reverse, the Game Master. The Game Master. King of Swords is also Gemini energy, so Scorpio, you could be dealing with the Gemini or have prominent placements in your chart of Gemini. King of Swords in the upright is somebody who is masterful, is an authority, an expert in their field, someone who has a lot of control, discernment, a very clear communicator. In the reverse, however, really feeling like this realization that we don't know everything, is coming to grips with the fact that we're not an expert at everything, but it's still okay because we're still intending to build something beautiful for ourselves. We're never going to know all the answers, no matter how much we read and how much we experience. That's the kind of joy and excitement of what life has to offer, is that we're not going to know everything all the time. There's still going to be things that are mysteries to us. Let me get a clarifier for the Game Master, King of Swords in reverse. Why is the King of Swords in reverse? Ten of Pentacles. Ten of Pentacles, wealth. So Spirit is kind of, because I was like, why is the King of Swords in reverse? It's like Spirit is saying head over heart, heart over head, head over heart, heart over head. You're teetering back and forth between what you think makes sense for you and what actually makes sense for you in terms of your abundance. So Ten of Pentacles is like the whole, you can see here, even the formation is like the tree of life. Ten of Pentacles is abundance in all of its forms. It's clarity, it's wisdom and knowledge, it's finances, good health, community, strength in community. And I'm just getting this message of sometimes we can make decisions that are really rational and are what other people's expectations are. Like if your parents told you to go to college and be a doctor because a doctor is like, a doctor makes a lot of money, they're really well respected in society, etc., etc. And there was a part of you that was like, well, I just wanted to be like a scuba diver. You know, it's the difference of kind of following your bliss and and doing what other people expect of you, the difference between those two. There's something here that you've, no matter what, even if you strayed away from the things that other people, your parents, family members expected of you, you're still coming away with a very firm foundation, and it's something that you can be really proud of. Because whoever I'm talking to, and I know a few Scorpios, actually I know several Scorpios, they all have their finances in order. They all have their stability in order. Other things, this Lover's card, that sometimes can be a challenge. But the Scorpios I know are very, very good with pooling their resources, making their resources work for them. Can I have a clarifier? I'm sorry, advice from Spirit. Thank you, Spirit. I know, we're getting there. Advice from Spirit. Wow, that's too many. Like 12 cards came out on the table. I'm sorry, I cannot take 12 cards, Spirit. Just one card, please. One card. One card, please. Thank you. Victory. Number 6, 6 of Wands, but it is in the reverse. Remember, wasn't I just saying, it's like you can, like you're so, it's like so close to the victory, you can taste it. Was I saying that for your reading, or did I say that for Pisces? You may have Pisces in your chart. There's something, it's like so close we can taste it, the finish line. We can see the finish line. 6 of Wands is all about public recognitions, recognition, accolades, awards, fame, fortune, joy at relishing in the fruits of our labor. You got this card in reverse. This is advice from Spirit. Don't lose sight of the finish line. Don't lose sight of your purpose. And right now, what they're telling me, your purpose is to embrace your uniqueness. Right? What is it? Acknowledging your uniqueness. The breakthrough is going to happen when you let yourself, when you give yourself the freedom to express who you are fully. It's really scary, but I think that doors are going to open up for you. People, new people are going to enter in your life, into your life. And it was like that big group of guys, geriatric guys, kind of all hanging out, jogging together, what have you. It's like rediscovering it's like you're not too old to rediscover yourself. And Spirit is really harping on that right now. So that's your reading, Scorpio. I hope that it resonated. If it did, please like, share, subscribe, comment down below. Please hit the bell notification to be updated as to when I post new readings. Thank you, Scorpio.